The term third force is not new. In France, it was a coalition which governed in France from 1947 to 1952. In South Africa, the third force was a term used by leaders of the ANC during the late 1980s and early 1990s to refer to a clandestine force believed to be responsible for a surge in violence in some of their towns in Nigeria. It is pretty much about how to end the two-horse race between the APC and the PDP. My guest is from that constituency and has shown interest in running in 2019. He is Kingsley Mahalu, a political economist, lawyer, and former deputy CBN governor. Thank you so much, Professor Mugalu, for your time on the program tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now you have declared your interest. The last time you were not clear whether or not you were going to run for the #1 job. But I want to take you on one thing that you said. You said, and I quote, "We're exhausted by these politicians who go in and out of alliances, and they have nothing about, they care nothing about the ordinary Nigerians." You said it is time for a radical change in the political leadership of Nigeria, movement of the people. What exactly do you mean?
Well, what I mean, Sean, is that Nigerian citizens have been held down in a certain type of vice grip by career politicians whose only interest is their vested interest. They're there for the money, they're there for power, for the sake of power, and if you want to be charitable, some of them may say they're there on behalf of their ethnic groups. And when you put all this together, it equals poverty. That's why Nigeria today is the poverty capital of the world. Nigeria needs a different type of leadership.
When you say poverty capital, what do you exactly mean?
What I mean is that Nigeria has the highest numbers of absolutely poor people in the world today. We've overtaken India in that dubious distinction. And remember that India has 6 times more people than Nigeria. 1.2 billion population, we're 200 million, yet we have more poor people than India. That's terrible. And that's the reason why I believe we need a radical change in the leadership of Nigeria. We need to take our country from poverty to prosperity. We need to take Nigeria from disunity, from just being a mere country physically, to being a real nation.
The reason why a lot of Nigerians who, some of them perhaps you have met them online at some point, who may be somewhat pessimistic about your ambition, is the fact that you've been in the financial sector and you know just how it is for a non-player in that sector to come and disrupt the process. A lot of people will be asking the question, politically speaking, do you have the muscle to be able to disrupt what exactly? Because you are looking for a movement here. That's what you said earlier. What exactly, how exactly do you hope to achieve your dreams?
Let me actually flip your question. You talked about my being in the financial sector. Actually, all my life, I had not been in the financial sector for most of my life. Most of my life was as a United Nations official, building broken nations. And that's another problem we have today in Nigeria. Nigeria is a broken country. So if I have been building broken nations around the world, I want to lead to building Nigeria. So that's to tell you that leadership is a skill that is transferable. Now, you talk about politics. We are going to be communicating a message and a vision to the people of Nigeria of what a different Nigeria can look like. And we are going to situate their enlightened self-interest in that vision. Do you want jobs? Or do you want to continue in poverty? Do you want good educational systems? Do you want good health care? That's what we want. That's what we need. And we need people with the technocratic experience of solving problems to make this happen. And that's what I bring to the table.
Without a political network.
Who told you I don't have a political network?
I'm asking, do you have?
I do.
Really?
Of course.
Of what party?
Well, my party will be announced next month.
Really? Is it the UPP? Because I understand that you have links with them.
They were a party that announced their endorsement of my interest in running for president. I'm not a member of the UPP.
So you are announcing your party?
I'll be announcing the party that I will be contesting the platform for the presidency next month.
Because a lot of people are wondering, when Professor Mohalu is talking about the political movement, disrupting the process, I mean, the atmosphere,
yes,
they were looking, maybe there are some Nigerians that are being built technologically somewhere that are going to be used within the system, the Nigerians that we've not seen before, because the big question would be, in this political system, it looks so much like the same of the same, like some people have put it.
Well, yes, it looks like same of the same, but remember, this is 2019 we're talking about, not 2015. So for people like me to come out and declare for the presidency, it shows that we feel that Nigeria cannot go on the way it is. Our political leaders have failed us, and I think the results are very clear. We shouldn't even spend our time debating that. It's to explain to the people how this affects them and how their future can be better. And that's why I'm offering myself. I have been a nation builder around the world, my career in the United Nations. I have been an economic manager as deputy governor of the central bank. I have been a diplomat. I have been a professor at one of the world's most prestigious universities. I am a builder. I am a fixer. I am somebody who actually takes people or institutions from one place to the next place in progress.